Okay, real quick before this video begin, I have, so to speak, acquired an editor. His name is Whiteboard. I've collaborated past kind of with him. He has his own YouTube channel, and maybe you're gonna hear him some more on this channel, so don't be surprised if you hear another voice. That's him. He's now gonna work on my channel too, just because he has better edit software. There is a good project that I'm working on, which just requires more, and I don't have capacity. So yeah, but now let's get to the actual video.
Hey guys!
Okay, now today we're talking about the original Black Widow. In the past couple of weeks you probably have heard about the traditional Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff, or her successor, Yelena, whatever, I don't. Anyway, but you might have not heard about the original Black Widow, which debuted all back in the 1940s. Now, this Black Widow is far different, and the only reason I really want to talk about her is because her name is a fucking pun. So, her real name is Claire Voyant. And clairvoyant, that usually means that you can like see in the future, but it's like Claire and then Voyant. Voyant is her last name, and it's so fucking stupid. But I want to talk about it because she's not a well-known character. Now, she was created by George Kaplan and Harry Sally all the way back when Marvel was still Timely Comics. So yeah, and appeared from 1940 to 1940, and then the character didn't show up for 51 years. And even then, when she reappeared, it was like a cameo in Kurt Busiek Marvels, which is an amazing series. But anyway, and then it took another 11 years before she reappeared again. This time in Marvel Knights Spider-Man, and then in 2005 she was in a mini-series called 12, which focused on Marvel's Golden Age characters, and there she had also a one-shot title called The 12 Spearhead. Now, originally in her fictional backstory, Clairvoyant was a spirit medium in the 1940s who could communicate with the dead through supernatural means, while also serving a family named Wacklers. So, and how she got her powers was by Satan. Yes, she is empowered by Satan and sends people back to hell, or criminals back to hell, and she is very murderous, which is like really uncommon for the 1940s. And the original Black Widow, Clairvoyant, was also one of the first female costume crime fighters who also had superpowers. So of course there had been female heroes, but either they were in costume or they had powers but didn't have a costume, but she had both. So that was quite unusual. Now, she kind of died and then was resurrected by Satan or something like that, and given the name Black Widow. So with her touch, she can heal people or leave them branded with a Black Widow mask and other mystical tricks. And the thing is, Satan back then was also daringly portrayed as nude, except for his cape, so he still wore a cape. And eventually she got around to kill her murderers, and then returned Satan, to wait for evil souls to die of natural death and perhaps repent for not Simpson. Sorry. And yeah, like I said, she wasn't a big of a character, I think. Otherwise, she would have not have disappeared for 51 years. Now, when she was reintroduced in the 12 miniseries back 2005, her character was a bit retconned. Now, she's still in the Black Widow after being killed by crooks, and her powers are still from Satan. But she witnessed her sister being murdered, and then wished for powers to avenge her sister. Sorry, that came out weird. Anyway, the only one apparently who responded was Satan, and then she got revived along with 12 other heroes after being banned in animation since World War II. So similar situation to Captain America. Now, just like Ghost Rider, she's kind of an instrument of vengeance, initially empowered by an unidentified entity, but still it's very clear that it didn't say. So for her personality, like I said, it was pretty uncommon for the time, but the original Black Widow was quite brutal in that she had no hesitation or mercy when it came to killing her victim, and even later her morality. Kind of tough, because she has no problem sending people and their souls to hell for eternal torment. Now the question is just if that ruthless aspect was always part of Claire or result of Resurrect. Now, but now it's also important to remember that her golden nature possesses. She did have a great compassion for those possessed, innocent or victims of evil. So her willingness to protect, even heal them. Now, this was most clearly shown in her fifth and last Golden Age appearance. Like I said, she appeared only like 5 times in the Golden Age actually of comics, where she sent to by Seid to harvest the soul of a guy called Ogre, who is a charlatan healer and steals money from people for cures. And after she confronts Ogre and causes death, she instantly heals him with her touch. So yeah. Anyway, what else is there to say? Apart from her powers, her powers are superhuman strength, endurance, flight, teleportation, mental suggestion, invisibility, appearance alteration, death touch, immortality, and being able to cope with death and mystically regenerate or heal others. So yeah, a pretty cool power set, especially for the 1940s. And it's kind of sad that it didn't do much with the character back then or afterwards. Her historical significance is kind of little, because you traditionally don't hear about her. She doesn't really appear in media. The first time of her being adapted to media, Marvel's Contest of Champions game, and that is only due to the celebration of 80 years of Marvel Comics. Now, she, like I said before, she had a costume, but that changed kind of in every appearance. So although it's the first proper superpowered character in time, now it would be interesting how she would interact nowadays with other characters, and especially with the other two who took on the name of Black Widow. Anyway, this is gonna be it. I said 2 weeks ago that I'm returning to talking about comics, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and we see us next time.
Well, the books are full of words that you read, and the show gets me paid.